morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, there I am. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Jubilee this morning. I am Candace Chellew, an official Jubilee minister, and I am here to welcome you this morning. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful, cloudy, wonderful day. It's always a good morning in the Blue Ridge Mountains, right? Oh yeah. I don't realize when I'm coming in from Columbia, as you're coming up I-26, you right before you hit Spartanburg, over the tree line, you get your first glimpse of the mountains. And every time we're coming up 26, I realize I'm holding my breath. And I see the mountains and I go, So that's everybody this morning. Let's breathe deeply. So good to be alive in the Blue Ridge Mountains this morning. Oh yeah, so let us open Singing in the Divine. We are going to sing some Bob Dylan this morning. All right, rise as you're able. Let's sing. Join with me now as we call the four directions. I invite you to turn, well, you're already there, turn and face the east. Oh, Holy One, the times they are a-changin'. Oh my goodness. and we put it up in faith that the times, even though they change, and even though they change in chaos, Holy One, we know that good comes out. We know, Holy One, that there is creativity, a time of birth coming from the east as the sun arises every day afresh, anew, giving us yet another chance to live in to your love and the potential for humanity. Oh yeah. Quarter turn to the right and we face the south. From the south, this is where passion comes, Holy One. This is the heat that rises within us. The passion that you have put in our hearts for change, the passion that even in the midst of chaos, we still dance, we still sing, we still love one another. Let us always, always be living into that passion, no matter what chaos may surround us. Oh yeah. And a quarter turn to the right and we face the west. From the west, Holy One, comes relief, comes rest, comes nightfall. And as we move through our days, Holy One, let us be able to reflect and know that we have put more kindness in the world with every passing day. We look at the world and we see the chaos, and we see and we wonder how we can change. But we change by resting. Give us the peace that we need to rest even among the chaos, to rest with the rising stars of the west. Oh yeah. Or to turn to the right and we face the north. In the north, the chilly winds blow, Holy One, and we feel that coldness, that hardness of heart that has come upon this land. But we know that this is not us, that this, like everything, is a season. And we will get through this season, but we will get through this season together. And that is how you get through any winter. You come together as a community, and you provide for one another, and you are there for one another. And you make a way when there seems like no way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And as we turn back toward the center, have a look around, because this is your community. This is how you make a way through no way. This is how we come together. And this is how change comes from chaos. No one knows where it's going to end. No one knows where it's going to go. But what we do matters. What we do every day matters. And that's why we are the beacons of love. We are the beacons of hope. We are the ones who teach the whole world how to say, oh yeah.
Thank you so much, Candace. It's so good to have you here this morning. We've got the hunger basket on the altar, ladies and gentlemen. Come on up, drop a little something in. 100% of it will go out to help our communities in the Asheville region. Meanwhile, we're going to sing some Beatles this morning. You know it. Come on. Help. I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. You know I need someone help. When I was younger, I was younger than today. I never needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, not so sure. And now I find I've changed my mind. I've opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate your being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? And now my life has changed. My independence, it seems to vanish in a haze. But now and then, I know that I just need to go. I've never loved before. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. I do appreciate your being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me? First one again, let's do it. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I needed anybody's help in any way. Now these days are gone, and now I find I've changed my mind. I've opened up the doors. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate your being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please, please help me, help me, help me.
Whew, I love that song. All right, so here are the announcements. Our pledge campaign ends next Sunday, and we still have a long way to go to ensure that donations cover our expenses. Pledges are promises to make future donations, and they help us forecast our potential income. Even if you already make recurring donations, please take a minute to pledge to continue or increase those amounts so that we know we can count on them continuing. Pledge cards are available at the welcome table and online on our website. Please partner with us to ensure Jubilee thrives in the future by pledging as much financial support as you are able. Now, Lou Lieb is organizing our dinner for jubilants who have birthdays in April, May, and June. If you would like to meet for dinner on Tuesday, June 10th at 6:30 p.m. to celebrate the folks who have birthdays in those months, contact Lou by Sunday, June 8th. The restaurant has yet to be decided, so if you have ideas, let Lou know. We now have a doorbell at the lift. Yeah. And it makes it much easier for everyone. So remember, if you need the lift, ring the bell. We'll come and lift you up. Okay, there will be a planning meeting for our service trip to Jubilee House, Nicaragua. After the June 1st Sunday celebration, see Susie Davis for details. Our social justice team wants to let you know that Buncombe County Sheriff Quinton Miller has taken a courageous stand in support of our local immigrant community and upholding the Constitution. Yeah. Here is what he said. The Buncombe County Sheriff's Office will not be partnering with ICE to help enforce federal immigration laws beyond following HB 10, which is only after someone has committed a crime. Our deputies will not be arresting and detaining persons to solely investigate immigration status in the absence of probable cause of an independent crime that is racial profiling and unconstitutional. Yay, Sheriff Miller! All right. Joanne Lazar of our social justice team will have postcards at coffee hour today that you can sign expressing our gratitude to Sheriff Miller for his forthright stand on this important matter. Okay, if you want to do the welcome or lead the meditation and prayer time at Sunday celebrations, contact Lynn Orndorff. To share a gift, see Susie, and contact Michelle Bernhardt if you'd like to read the Jubilee and Action announcements. Y'all are invited to coffee hour in the 6th grade classroom after the celebration, and you will find tomato and tomatillo plants free for y'all if you'd like to take one. There are links and contacts for the above announcements on our website. So next up is Susie with a gift of generosity.
Whew, thank you. I'm going to be generous with my words today. How's that? Let's see if this works. I like my laptop better than reading it off of paper, but if it'll get it to me. Okay, well, as you know, I'm Susie Davis. I'm the coordinator for community life here. I want to tell you a little bit about why I give to Jubilee. First of all, I'd like to see how many of you folks have already pledged. Can you just stand up, do you mind, or raise your hand, either one? Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. I can just go sit down. No. Oh, when I was growing up, my family went to the Unitarian Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. My dad discovered that Unitarian Universalism was when he was in college, and it aligned with his sensibilities and logical way of looking at the world. It offered him a way to contribute and give back. I don't actually know if my parents gave money to the church. I assume they did. Daddy gave to almost everybody that had a handout for, that reached their hand out to him. But we went to church, but we were really Creasters. We were Unitarian Creasters. We went Christmas and Easter. So his dedication seemed a little random to me. But his commitment to the values of the church were very similar to mine, but not exact. At Jubilee, I found not only a place whose values align with mine, but also a community to belong to. To belong. Belonging is defined as feeling accepted and part of a larger group that values, respects, and cares for us, and to which we feel we have something to contribute. Now, as I look around at all you folks, I see that you show up. You show up for celebrations, you march for social justice, you laugh together and make friends at coffee hour. You gather in each other's homes to decide how we spend our outreach money, to, analyze a book. You even come together to support each other. I look around and see people who are involved and embrace this gathering of wandering, mystery-seeking, question-asking goofballs. What would we do without each other? Where would we get that jolt of inspiration to charge us into living our best lives? Jubilee has been a great experiment. Can a group of like-minded, spirit-led individuals consistently show up for a weary and hurting world? Well, we've made it this far, so I'd say the answer to that is yes. Can this group sustain itself year after year as it does this important work? That is yet to be seen. So let's give that a great big stay tuned. I visualize a Jubilee with laughing children and loving parents that are guided and attended by wizened elders. I visualize a community of people in love with life in all its messy challenges, trying to raise secure children that grow up to create strong families full of more happy, confident, compassionate little people. I visualize a Jubilee that is a safe place for all to pray and wonder and question and find hope and love. If you ask why I give to Jubilee, which I realize you didn't actually ask me, but I'm going to tell you anyway, I'd answer that it's because I trust this holy effort embodies what it means to show up in the world. It offers me a place where I can feel I can make a difference, because we are doing that sacred work together in community. We individually keep writing our checks to our favorite charities and to the Hunger Basket, and we consistently give to support the one organization where we already belong, that we are already building to do this good and sacred work, to support this infrastructure of inspiration. Together, our work is magnified. So please, take a hard look at your finances and put a number on Jubilee's importance to you. It will likely be more than you're able to give. But if you can't give that number, please give something. Pledge what you can. There are pledge cards at the door. And if you need help getting set up on consistent online donating, I can help you with that. It's really the easiest and most rewarding thing I think you'll do all day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susie. Every week we offer communion at the western wall in the back of the room. We also offer a special prayer time for anyone who might need a little extra assistance or support in your prayers. Diane is in the back of the room for that. And now we have Julia Gaunt to lead us in a meditation.
Yes, the times they are changing. I don't know about you all, but I've been doing a little processing lately. And, I think for me it comes down to coming back to that place of prayer and just asking for help. Help through whatever it is, that one has to, that one is encountered with. And again, there are so many ways to meditate: walking, doing exercise, actually caring for our animals and connecting with them. Today, through sound, and I'll ask you if you would like to shut your eyes, you may. If not, that's fine too. But this drum to me kind of represents what we go through in sound. That sometimes we go to the darker places, the stronger notes, and then we come to the complete joy and ecstasy and knowingness. So follow with me.
Thank you, Julia, for those healing vibrations. We feel them. All right, let us stand and sing in a holy peace. In the middle of the song, we're going to share peace with one another, and you can do that any way that you're comfortable with. It might be just a smile or a handshake or a hug. So let's sing. We plow the fields and scatter the good seed on the land. Hell, it is fed and watered by God's almighty hand. He sends us snow in winter, the warmth to swell the grain, the breezes and the sunshine, and soft, refreshing rain. All good gifts are
All right.
Candace, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for being
Paula.
here.
I'm so happy to be
We're
here.
ready for you.
All right. Are you really? Are you ever really?
That was a hint.
All right. Good morning. I brought my feedback with me this morning, so they're trying their best back there. I love it. Thank you so much. So, can you hear? Oh, they're having trouble hearing you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I feel like a commercial. Can you hear me now? I'll try to use my preacher voice. Is that better? All right. All right. You're going to get the preacher voice this morning. And I'm going to give you the preacher trick this morning. So I have tricked you into reading more spiritual stuff than you probably would have today, because the readings in the bulletin are wrong, and that is completely my fault. So y'all enjoy those in there. Those readings were actually aspirational. I had intended to write something around those, and it didn't work out. So you get these. So here we go. From the Jesus story, Luke 3, verses 7 through 14. John said to the crowds that came out to be baptized by him, "You brood of vipers, who warned you to flee from the wrath to come? Bear fruits worthy of repentance. Do not begin to say to yourselves, 'We have Abraham as our ancestor.' For I tell you, God is able from these stones to raise up children to Abraham. Even now the axe is lying at the root of the trees. Every tree, therefore, that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire." And the crowds asked him, "What then should we do?" In reply, he said to them, "Whoever has 2 coats must share with anyone who has none, and whoever has food must do likewise." Even tax collectors came to be baptized, and they asked him, "Teacher, what should we do?" And he said to them, "Collect no more than the amount prescribed for you." Soldiers also asked, "And we, what should we do?" And he said to them, "Do not extort money from anyone by threats or false accusation, and be satisfied with your wages." From Paul's letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verses 5 through 9, "Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you." And from chapter 17, and of course in miracles, "No relationship is holy unless its holiness goes with it everywhere. As holiness and faith go hand in hand, so must its faith go everywhere with it. The goal's reality will call forth and accomplish every miracle needed for its fulfillment. Nothing too small or too enormous, too weak or too compelling, but will be gently turned to its use and purpose. The universe will serve it gladly as it serves the universe. Enter each situation with the faith you give your holy sibling, or you are faithless to your own relationship. Your faith will call the others to share your purpose, as the same purpose called forth the faith in you, and you will see the means you once employed to lead you to illusions transformed for means for truth." Don't turn the page too fast. Breathe deeply. A few years ago, I read a story on Facebook by a woman named Nicole Martin. And she was writing about how she had decided one morning to spend her morning a little bit differently than she usually does. She wrote that she stopped into a local Starbucks for her morning pick-me-up, and instead of going through the drive-through, she went inside. And once she was there, she noticed that everybody was sort of doing their own thing. They're staring at their phones or their laptops, or they're occupied in their own little world. And she noticed there were nearly a dozen people behind her in line, and so she decided to shake things up at the coffee shop. So she got her morning hit of caffeine, and she also purchased a $25 gift card and asked the barista to pay for as many people behind her as possible using that card, but not to tell anybody who paid for their drink. And then she sat down to watch the show. And she didn't have to wait long. She writes, "The first gentleman to receive a free drink demanded he pay. But the barista insisted that it was covered. So he just dropped the $5 he was gonna pay into the barista's tip jar. Success." She turned to me and winked. The second and third patrons in line were two old buddies having their weekly coffee date, she writes. They had to be pushing 80, and they were so confused at not having to pay, they just left their money on the counter and asked the barista to use it for the people behind them. And that was a younger guy who then, after receiving his free drink, went over to the gentleman, shook their hands. Success. She said, "I proceeded to watch 14 different people enjoy a free drink. Some people paid for the people behind them in line. Some people just took their free drink, scanned the room, trying to look for the free drink fairy, smiling at everyone. Success." The best part, she says, is that her simple act of kindness broke the spell in the room. People were looking up from their phones, from their computers. They were making eye contact, exchanging head nods. A miracle. She said, I watched people be kind, courteous, and engaging. I watched people who normally would avoid eye contact spark a conversation, all because of one kind gesture. Success. In these chaotic and increasingly uncertain times, it's easy to be so overwhelmed by the world that we retreat into our own little world, whether it's staring at our phone or our computers or just going into our own minds. We forget that the people around us are living, breathing spirits in flesh suits just like us. And we're tempted to just see them as obstacles. One more person ahead of us in line, one more person to get by where we're going to. And this is, of course, how the ego prefers it. It loves to see others outside of ourselves as either obstacles or somebody we can use to our advantage. But what we really need are a few more Nicole Martins who will rouse us from our egoic comas long enough to realize that the separation we feel from those around us is simply an illusion. There really is only one of us here, having all these disparate experiences. Back before Jesus came on the scene with his world-changing ministry, there was his cousin. There was a guy named John the Baptist. And if Starbucks had been a thing in early Palestine, John would have approved of Nicole's actions, though I think his method may have been a little more striking and overt than hers. The John we meet in today's Jesus story isn't quite as humble as Nicole. She may have wanted to walk into that Starbucks and say, like John, "You brood of vipers, look around the world. Look around the world. See the beauty and the magnificence in everyone around you. Get off your Facebook, get off your computers, feel the end of the separation." But that just wasn't her style. However, that's basically John's message to anybody who came to him for baptism. They had long comforted themselves with their feeling their own goodness in the world. I mean, they even said it, "Look, we have Abraham as our ancestor. We're part of God's chosen people. What more do we need for goodness cred?" We too, we Americans, we believe we're God's chosen people. Got our phones and our computers and our designer coffee right there on the table, perched nearby. But John asked them, as he asks us now, "What have you done for goodness lately?" You've taken your status as God's beloved children for granted, turned your full attention back to this illusion of the ego that tells you you got the God-given right to your latte and your iPhone. And John tells them, Even now, the axe is lying at the root of the trees. Every tree, therefore, that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. We might be in trouble. Here's the question. Are you bearing good fruits? Are we paying it forward? Are we looking up from our egoic illusion long enough to see what's real and what's not? Now, I know, with the world in constant turmoil and new outrages occurring faster than cable news anchors can breathlessly break them to us, it's sometimes easier to just retreat. I know I want to. Shut the door. Don't turn on the news. I don't want to know. I just want to stare at my screen. And there are days when our overwhelm seems overwhelmed. But pay close attention to what John says to each of these people who ask him what they need to do, how they can cultivate change in the middle of chaos. He tells them, share with one another. If you've got 2 coats, give one away. He tells the tax collector, who is representative of the government in this story, he tells that tax collector, deal fairly with those you encounter. And he tells the soldier, who represents the power of the state, not to threaten or oppress anyone. Note that he doesn't really ask them to do big things. He's asking them to do small things with great love and attention. He's asking them to be generous, to be kind, to be just and compassionate to those they encounter. Jubilants, there is so much hurt, so much division and suffering in our world. The way we begin to bring healing and peace out of this chaos, it doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Instead, we are called to small acts of kindness, to engage in small changes, because they will make big differences. And I know all the chaos that's been created in this country since January, it sounds like a pretty ineffectual and naive piece of advice. Just be nice. Oh yeah, well, how can buying coffee for the people at Starbucks or doing other small acts of kindness make any real difference in the world? I mean, here we are, probably as deeply divided politically and spiritually as we have ever been in this world, and I'm standing up here and telling you, hey, let's sing Kumbaya. No. No. I may have been born during the day, but it wasn't yesterday. I am not naive enough to think that 1 or 2 acts of kindness is going to change the world, but I am convinced that if we each, and if enough of us, cultivate a habit of kindness, a habit of loving acts that eventually come from us as simply as our next breath, then we can and we will change the world. Fighting and division, I'm going to tell you some news this morning. That's nothing new in this world. It's the ego's stock and trade, and it has us trained to the notion that it will never and can never be changed. What is new in the world, always, is love. And not that namby-pamby, kumbaya kind of love, but that fierce love that refuses to believe that hatred will win. That all-encompassing kind of love that can look suffering in the face and not crumble with despair or be overcome by hatred. This is the kind of love that the Apostle Paul is trying to teach these early Christians in that community at Philippi. You see, there was a division in the church. I mean, that's never happened before either, right? Never happens. 2 of the church ladies, yes, I said ladies, 2 of the church ladies were quarreling, and that never happens. And they were making it very hard for people to come together as a community. People were taking sides. Factions were forming in Philippi. We humans, I swear, we are a predictable lot, aren't we? And we have barely changed over the millennia. Fighting is what we do. Because the ego has convinced us we're separate from one another. And to get whatever it is we feel or need, we want, we got to do battle with each other. We compete over resources. We compete over power. We compete over relationships. Whatever it is we see as scarce, we think we got to get it before anyone else does and then jealously guard it with our lives. Such is the world of ego. And we see the manifestations. Look outside. Dictatorial governments and policies, wars, perhaps divisions in our own families and relationships. Some things in this illusion never change. But what Paul is inviting his congregation and us to do is to imagine another world, or what A Course in Miracles calls a happy dream. In this new world, Paul says, we will find the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. And how do you do that? Well, you begin by training your mind to resist the thoughts of ego, to resist those thoughts of anger or greed or war or separation or hatred. We train our minds in this way, Paul says, by doing this. Beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence and if there is anything worthy of praise, think on these things. Think on these things. Keep doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you. Instead of focusing on this world at war, this world of hatred and division and despair, Paul invites us to look beyond the ego's form of reality. Our ego is always basking in thoughts of anger, greed, revenge, shame, blame, other emotions that just keep us spiraling down that drain of despair. But Paul invites us to make room for the miracle with just a small but powerful change in our thoughts. Whenever we think thoughts of despair or anger, he says, think instead what is pleasing, what is praiseworthy, whatever is going right, and whatever is commendable in this world. And here's a hint, you might have to get off of Facebook to do that. I know. Look up from your phone once in a while. But it's there, the flower pushing its bloom through the crack in the sidewalk, the smile of a baby in front of you in the line at Walmart, in the gesture of a person who motions you forward with your 2 items ahead of their full basket. It's the embrace of a loved one, the kindness of a stranger who holds the door for you or miraculously lets you in traffic. That's a miracle, right? Oh my gosh, they let me move. Miracles occur all around us in every moment. We're like those folks at Starbucks. We're staring at our screens. We're not looking up to see the walking, talking, caffeinated miracles all around us. You can stay stuck in your egoic bubble. You can think you're disconnected from it all, but every moment the Holy gives us a chance and invites us to break out of this ego's thrall, to change our mind about the world and begin to see that we are always smack dab in the middle of ongoing, continuous miracles. Breathe deeply. Did you catch that? That was a miracle. You took a deep breath. Just before Nicole Martin was about to pack it in and head off to work, the little old man came in to the Starbucks that morning, and she knew his name was Hank because all the workers stopped what they were doing and greeted him by name. It was like Norm coming in to cheers. Norm, Hank. He placed his order for his regular tall drip coffee, which he always asked be served with a room for, quote, a splash of cream and sunshine. Hank's coffee was the last one to be covered by the gift card. And after he picked up his coffee, Nicole said he made the rounds. He was asking everyone if they had been the mysterious coffee connection for so many people. And Nicole writes, as he got to me, I smiled, and he just stopped and said, it was you, huh? Stand up, young lady. So I stood up, and as Hank balanced himself on his cane under one arm, he gave me the biggest, tightest hug he could with the other arm and said, you were the little ray of sunshine I seek every day. Today I am vertical. You woke up too, so be blessed, not stressed. He tipped his hat and hobbled away. Now, I don't know if Nicole Martin is a student of A Course in Miracles, but she followed its advice today to the letter. She's an example of what happens when we take our holiness everywhere. When we don't leave it in our other pants, you know. Sorry, forgot it today. We take our holiness into every situation, every relationship, every moment of the day. And if we do even the smallest act of love in this world, jubilance, the universe magnifies it a million bajillion out of this world times. Nothing too small or too enormous, too weak or too compelling, the Course says, but will be gently turned to its use and purpose. The universe will serve it gladly as it serves the universe. Nicole made room for a miracle at a Starbucks that day. And she watched it unfold as people dedicated to their feelings of separation began to actually see and converse and connect with each other. All because somebody, one person, decided to make a small change in their routine and do an act of kindness. When we make even the smallest effort at kindness, the universe makes sure that it is magnified because our one act gives everyone else permission to do the same. We are monkey see, monkey do. That's another thing that doesn't change about human beings. Your faith, the Course says, will call the others to share your purpose as the same purpose called forth the faith in you. And you will see the means you once employed to lead you to illusions transform to means for truth. This jubilance is how we change the world, one act of kindness at a time. And I know it seems like a drop in the bucket right now when the suffering of others in this world is so great. But the egoic systems of this world count on you to feel helpless. They count on you to feel overwhelmed. The egoic power structure is betting on its overwhelming outrages and scandals to leave you numb and that you will give up hope. But Paul, John the Baptist, and A Course in Miracles have the secret weapon against all despair, and that is kindness and love and compassion, given freely to anyone who crosses your path. Anyone. Do not give any thought to whether another is worthy. Do not give any thought to whether you're worthy enough to give it. Do not give any thought to who they may have voted for or not voted at all. Do not give any thought to anything the ego would say to deter you from your kindness and compassion. Instead, I invite you to dedicate yourselves to changing your mind, getting into this new thought pattern that dwells on whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable or worthy of praise. Imagine, just for a minute, if everyone in this room, just everyone in this room, made such thoughts their only thoughts, a habit of mind that always is thinking the most loving thought, how different would this whole community be? How different would the world be when you're in it? How different would the people be that you meet or interact with? If love was the only thought you ever had and the only thing you ever acted on, how could the world not change? How could the people around you not change? My friends, the axe is lying at the root of our democracy. But we are not powerless. We can change the world by thinking and acting only on the thoughts that connect us to others, and then connect others to others, and so on, into infinity. We can't expect others to change until they see the change in us, a change that's so powerful that it awakens their higher self, and they understand there's no separation here. There's so much hurt. There's so much fear. There's so much anger and despair in the world, jubilance. Let us be of the mind that we will not add to it, but instead, we will do all that we can to be holy healers who will always make room for the miracle. Let us be like Hanke that morning, always on the lookout for the ray of sunshine in this increasingly dark world. And when we find it, let us give thanks and let us say, oh yeah. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm gonna sing a little song for you, and Anne is going to do a dance for us. Yes, it is.
This is an original song, by the way. And thanks, Anne, for coming. We've missed you. You're a good friend of Jubilee for many years, so thank you for being here.
This is sort of a space-age guitar. I have to actually turn it on first. It's weird. All right, let's see if it's going to do. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is an original song, and I hadn't written a song in a while because of the state of the world. I had sort of gotten into my own despair. It's easy to do. Oh, I just turned it off. Oh, I'm a dummy. Okay. And I hadn't written a song in a long time, and I asked the muse, I said, if you've got a song, I'm happy to write it down. And the muse was amenable. And I want to tell you, if you are an artist of any sort, the world needs your art right now more than it has ever needed it. Whether you sing, whether you dance, whether you paint, whatever you do that you consider your art, art is one of the ways that we cultivate change in times of chaos, because artists do speak truth to power all the time. And this song is called A Better Way. Don't think I can look at the world today. Don't want to hear what the politicians have to say. Can't hear the laughter for the tears. Can't feel the courage for the fears. I don't think I can look at the world today. I don't think I can look at my heart today. It aches for a world in disarray. It breaks from all the greed. It weeps for all in need. I don't think I can look at the world today. So I'll close my eyes and see a love reaching out
better way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. The bowls are being passed around, ladies and gentlemen. This is the time to drop in a little something. Comes right back to us and helps us keep our ministry going. We've got lots of expenses to cover. So anything you can give, either online or here in person, is greatly appreciated. She calls me 'cause I'm still awake. Can you help me unravel my latest mistake? I don't love him. Winter just wasn't my season. Yeah, we walk through the door so accusing, their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason. 'Cause you can't jump the track. We're like cars on a cable. Life's like an hourglass glued to the table. No one can find the rewind button, girl. So cradle your head in your Jubilee, we offer your gifts 3 times, once for our ancestors of the past, once for the present, once for the future. Jubilee, we accept your gifts with honor. We will take good care to use them with integrity. Thank you so much. Are you ready to sing yourselves out today? Let's do it. We can change this world. Here we go. I can change the world with my own 2 hands. Make a better place. With my own 2 hands. Make a kinder place. With my own 2 hands. With my own 2 hands. With my own 2 hands. I'm gonna make it a brighter place. I'm gonna make it a safer place. I'm gonna help the human race with my own 2 hands. With our own 2 hands. Jubilee! With our own 2 hands. We got this! Thank you so much! I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want to turn them black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Sing it! I see a line of cars and they're all painted black. With flowers and my love both never to come back. I've seen people turn their heads and quickly look away. Oh, look see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face the fact. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. Take it, guys. The Jubilee band, the World Beat Band. Wayne Redden on the drums, give it up. Ryan Crabtree on bass. Chris Norrid on guitar. Kelly Fonts on keyboard. Do it. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh at me before the morning comes. My love will laugh at me before the morning comes. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black.